We're going bananas for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Let's see what we got. It's the Bargain Game Hunter. So, this was kind of a very random kind of scatterbrain pickups episode. So I'm actually filming this several weeks after this stuff came out. And you'll know this because some of these games were not out at the same time the Donkey Kong Bonanza released. But I just didn't have enough stuff to merit a whole episode, so I'm having to wait a few weeks between different things. This week, the episode is getting finished finally, so I figured I'd share what I have so far and more stuff when it comes in. So we're going to start off with, of course, the headliner, the main event, the main attraction for this week's pickup, and that is Donkey Kong Bonanza on the Switch 2. This came out, of course, in July. I played it for a good amount. It's a pretty darn good game, honestly. The destruction is crazy. It's fun. Corey and I did a little co-op. It's pretty amusing. Do I think it's the greatest game of all time? Absolutely not. I mean, it's good for what it is, but I don't think it's like anything earth-shattering. But it's definitely a good game. And I think if you are a Switch 2 owner, you absolutely should pick it up. It's definitely worth your money. So, there's that. Another game that came out, and I mostly picked this up because it looks interesting. It's from a smaller publisher, and it was, I think, $30 when it came out. So I'm like, yeah, might as well. We have The Devil Within Satgat on the PS5. The 2.5D action-adventure game. It looks pretty cool. Got an interesting art style, and I love the fact that on the back of the case, it says this edition comes with a manual. The fact that games have to state that's a feature is crazy. But yeah, this game comes with a manual, so I don't know. Figured I'd pick it up. And then I have two imports that I got from BGP, and both of these are kind of interesting. One of them is a game that is out in the US, and there are multiple versions out, but not for this particular platform. And then the other is a remaster of a game that I'm still amazed came out on the platform that it did. Did not get a physical release at all in the US, so I had to get the import version. So there's that. But we'll start off with Shadow Labyrinth on the Xbox. So this is a PEGI version. The reason why is because Shadow Labyrinth, for some reason, did not receive a physical edition on Xbox. If you are buying an ESRB copy of this game, you can only buy it on PlayStation, Switch, or Switch 2. Did not come out physically on Xbox. It's out digitally on Xbox, but you can't buy a physical copy. BGP had the import version. I figured I'd pick it up. Might as well. So now I have a physical Xbox copy of Shadow Labyrinth, which is the Metroidvania Pac-Man game. It looks kind of cool. Figured I'd give it a whirl. And then this, I played the original on the PSP quite a bit. Never played the sequel, but the fact that this got a release on the Switch is just mind-blowing to me. And I'm excited to check it out, see if it still holds up. We have Patapon 1 and 2 on the Nintendo Switch. If you don't know, if you look at the bottom here, it's published by Namco Bandai, but it's owned by Sony. This is a Sony first-party property that got a physical release on a Nintendo platform, which is wild to me. Patapon is a rhythm action game where you get a little army of these little creatures called Patapons, and you have to do everything to the rhythm, and you issue commands with button prompts. So like, you can tell them to march, and it's all based on a beat. So you have to kind of do it in a rhythm. It's pretty fun. It's a very original concept, and I'm glad that not only was it revived, but it's out on Switch, which I think is kind of a perfect platform for it. So yeah, there we go. So that's what I've got so far. I've got a couple pickups from Woot, as well as a couple pickups that have been the main delay for this episode from Limited Run that are also coming this week. So let's check those out. All right, it is time for the final recap. And this video took a little bit to film, mostly because I didn't have enough for a full video for a while. And then, you know, I slowly got some extra odds and ends that I figured I'd include. So, also I'm rocking a new shirt. I got my John Cena Tampa shirt. So, you might see this one now as a new rotational piece that I wear. I know a lot of people mention how I wear a lot of the same shirts. It's just because I like what I like, and you know, certain shirts are more comfortable to wear than others, so that's why I just rock kind of the same cycle. But anyway, we got 4 games that we're going to be adding to our pile, and then we're going to go through the values of everything else that we got. So we're going to start off with Woot. Woot did another kind of blowout where they discounted a bunch of stuff that they had already on discount, and I picked up 2 interesting looking games I think will be solid adds to the collection. So we're going to start off with Charon's Staircase on the PS4. This appears to be like a horror first-person mystery game. It looks interesting. I don't know much about it, but it looks cool, and I got a brand new sealed copy. Figured it'd be worth a grab. For this one, paid 15 bucks, is worth 17, so it's not a massive boost in value, but hey, it's something. Then we have Read Only Memories Neurodiver on the Switch. This looks really cool. It's like an 80s anime-inspired sci-fi, I think it's an action-adventure game, but it looks cool. Figured it'd be worth a grab. It is Serenity Forge, which Serenity Forge games tend to be worth a decent amount. I paid 27. This one is worth 33, so pretty good ad there. Then we're going to go to Limited Run. Yes, I ordered a couple more games from Limited Run directly this time, and both of these were part of a vault clear out. So if they have certain games that just are not selling in the vault, they'll do a discount coupon where you can get an additional discount on top of the already discounted rate. There wasn't much left when I went for this run, but there were 2 PS5 games I thought looked pretty cool, and I got them for a really good price, so I figured they were worth a snag. It did take a long time for these to come. The last Vault discount run, I think I only waited like maybe a week or 2. This one took about a month. So just a heads up, even stuff that they're trying to clear into the vault can take a little bit to come in, but still. So we'll start off with Nightmare Reaper on the PS5. This is like a retro-inspired FPS. It looks pretty cool. It has like Doom-ish graphics, but it's a modern FPS with some modern features in it. It looks pretty cool. I don't know, it just sounded like an interesting game. Figured I'd pick it up. This one I paid 24. It is worth a very nice 69. So this one is the big winner of the lot. Then we have Myth Force on the PS5. This is like a cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon inspired action adventure game. It's co-op. It looks pretty cool. I figured it was worth a snag, especially for a good discounted rate. So for this one I paid 21 and it's worth 37. So again, really good value. Of course, they're limited run games and they're numbered limited run games, so that makes sense, but still pretty cool. All right, now let's go to the stuff you've already seen. We'll start off with our import games from VGP. We have Shadow Labyrinth, the PAL edition on the Xbox. Again, this is the only way to get a physical on Xbox because they didn't do a physical in the US. So I got the PAL version, but hey, I have a physical on Xbox, so that's kind of cool. I paid 33, it's worth 40. Another one that I had to import because there's no physical in the US. We have Patapon 1 and 2 on the Switch. Still can't believe this is a thing. The fact that Patapon got a physical release on a Nintendo platform is nuts, but still pretty cool. I paid 33, and this one is worth 40 as well. So there you go. Then we have The Devil Within Statgat on the PS5. Again, cool looking action adventure game from a smaller publisher. Figured I'd pick it up because it's probably going to be hard to find at some point. Paid 35. It's worth 35 because it just came out, at least at the time I originally started filming this video. And then last but certainly not least, the game that this video is based around, Donkey Kong Bonanza on the Switch 2. I played a decent amount of it. It's a lot of fun. I can see it can get kind of repetitive because like most of the time you're just destroying stuff. But it's still a really fun game. I think they do a lot of really creative things. And if you're a fan of, action platformer type games, you will absolutely love it. It's definitely a showcase game for the Switch 2. So if you have a Switch 2, you kind of have to buy this. I would recommend it's worth a buy too. It's fun. So I paid $54 plus some trading credit. It's worth $70 because it just came out. And that's it. So pretty solid week. Got some decent add-ins, especially limited run and imports. We got a little bit of everything and a new Switch 2 game. Those aren't coming in as quickly as we'd like. I mean, I've got most of the library at this point. I've intentionally not gotten that many key cards. There is one I am still looking to get, but I'm trying to avoid getting key cards as much as possible on the Switch 2, just because I don't like the practice of every game coming out being a key card, and hopefully that will send a message to Nintendo that, hey, we don't want key cards. So most of the games I'm going to be picking up are going to be the first party games, or every now and again I guess I might pick up a key card. I'm not touching the code in the box with a 10-foot pole, so just be aware of that. But anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of The Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, that way you know when new videos drop. And I will see you on the next episode of The Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.
Yeah.